Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some Division I boys hockey action between the visiting Natick High Redhawks and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. It's a special day for Brookline today. It is senior day for the Warriors. They will be honoring the senior class of 2022. With that class featuring the following players: Owen Erdman, Ben Rosenthal, Caleb Weldon, Jacob Gurdon, Rohan Gervais, Campbell Hawkins, Andrew Janowski, Brody Davidson, Zach Snyder, Ty Denny, and Ruben Mendoza. That is the senior class of 2022 for the Brookline boys hockey team this year. We're running a little behind in terms of the original plan for opening puck drop. It was originally supposed to be, well, now. It is 5 o'clock, but there was a game being played before this one. It ran a little long, so here we are. Brookline going up against Natick. In the most recent power ratings that came out this past Thursday on the 10th, Brookline ranked 40th in Division I with a 7-8 overall record, while Natick came in at 26th with a 5-6-2 mark. Brookline, of course, coming off of a brutal loss to a very highly ranked Wellesley squad, 5-0, as the Raiders avenged an earlier loss against Brookline in Wellesley back in December. So Brookline trying to bounce back from that loss, get themselves back to 500, and give themselves a little extra reason to celebrate on Senior Day. As you can see, no players quite out on the ice yet. The Zamboni still making its rounds after the previous game's conclusion. So for right now, I'll just say, just a little reminder, if you enjoy this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. This is the last home game of the season for BHS boys hockey, so this will be the last game of this team that I cover until the playoffs. But there's plenty more BHS action to come on my streams. The boys basketball game playing in the Black Coaches Classic tomorrow afternoon at Lawrence. That game is at 1 tomorrow. I'll be streaming that. The boys basketball game has a few games next week. Girls hockey's got a couple games next week. And actually, this isn't the last potential game for boys hockey. I'm still sort of configuring my schedule for next week because there's been a lot of reschedulings of previously postponed games. But there's plenty of action to be had, plenty of fun to watch, and so I would encourage you to subscribe and tune in. And then, as always, I encourage you to participate in the live chat. Give a shout-out to your favorite team, your favorite player. If you're a Brookline fan, shout out your favorite senior. As always, if there's anything I'm getting incorrectly, any names I'm mispronouncing, any extra information that you think would be helpful to share over the broadcast, don't hold back. Leave it in the live chat. And so looks like we got another couple more rounds of the Zamboni. So in the meantime, I'll start giving off team rosters, and we'll start with the visiting Natick Redhawks. Going in order of jersey number, we have a junior, number 2, Reagan Foley. Another junior, number 3, Jack Hubbard. Still another junior, number 4, Brendan McDonnell. A junior, number 5, Eric Santospago. A senior, number 6, Nick Verna. A freshman, number 7, Sam Hubbard. A sophomore, number 8, Jack Byrne. A senior co-captain, number 9, Ryan Komu. A senior, number 10, Michael Fair. A senior co-captain, number 11, Matthew Haskell. A senior co-captain, number 12, Nick Haswell. A senior, number 13, Aiden Blair. A freshman, number 15, Alex Mastrangelo. A freshman, number 16, Tate Cogliano. A junior, number 18, Austin Lembruno. A senior, number 19, Henry Nemitz. A senior co-captain, number 20, James Carr. A sophomore, number 21, James Schneer. A freshman, number 23, Ben Vose. A freshman, number 24, Alex Peck. A junior, number 26, Jackson Balcom. And a sophomore, number 44, Lou Zadra. Those, of course, being all the skaters. The netminders on Natick's roster, a senior, number 1, Timmy Cushing. A sophomore, number 30, Jeff Tavares. And a freshman, number 40, Jason Danahy. So again, if there are any Natick fans tuning in, there were a couple pronunciations there that I just kind of had to make guesswork of, so any corrections you would like to make of me, feel free to do so in the live chat. But in the meantime, I see some Brookline players coming out of the tunnel. I believe I see some seniors, maybe some family members with them. I think we're going to have a pregame ceremony here for senior day for Brookline's senior class of 2022. The Zamboni has finished making its rounds. The officials, of course, coming out onto the ice first. Not sure entirely what the plans are for these ceremonies as the officials set up the nets. Okay, and we got some players now coming out onto the ice. Here come the Brookline seniors. Well, actually just the entire Brookline team, as they are lining up in order of jersey number. I like that. Cool bit of organization there. As I imagine they are getting ready to honor their seniors in a pregame ceremony. Well, first, of course, they're putting out a mat for family members without skates to come out onto the ice. Here the PA announcer taking over. So from the PA announcer, it sounds like the first senior they are honoring is alternate captain number 11, Rohan Gervais. Gervais' been a very productive two-way player this year. He's got a goal and 5 assists, having spent minutes both as a defenseman and a forward. His versatility will surely be missed after this season, as he was a top 6 talent on both ends of the ice. Oh, and it appears I've got a mistake on my roster, as next up is Luke Thibault, who is marked as a junior on the roster I was given, but I guess he is in fact a senior. Next up is number 6, Owen Erdman, who is accompanied by his brother on the team, number 7, Connor Erdman. The older brother, Owen, has been a productive second-line forward for Brookline. 2 goals so far this season through their first 15 games. Next up is alternate captain number 8, Ben Rosenthal. You know, even with play time fluctuating here and there, I'm not sure if he got hurt at one point in the season, but in the playing time he has gotten, again, as a second-line forward, he has been productive. 2 goals and 1 assist so far this season for Ben Rosenthal. Next up is number 9, Caleb Weldon. As a first-line winger, Caleb Weldon has been one of the most productive scorers on Brookline's offense. 9 goals and 5 assists. He shares the team lead in goals with junior co-captain Emmett Tian and is 3rd on the team in total points, trailing only his first line mates, Tian and fellow co-captain Steve McDougall. Next up is number 10, the co-captain Jacob Gurdon, accompanied by his younger brother, number 4, Noah Gurdon. Jacob Gurdon has been an excellent first-line defenseman, an excellent two-way player, 4 goals and 4 assists, while also coming through with several defensive highlights. And of course, who could forget that he and his family spearheaded the efforts in creating and continuing the annual Junior Beanpot Tournament to raise money for the Travis Roy Foundation. I said it before and I'll say it again. He's left his mark on hockey in this area, regardless of his play on the ice. Next up is number 20, who I think is Ruben Mendoza, not on my roster. So again, roster just playing some tricks on me early. Next up is number 13, Campbell Hawkins. Hawkins has had limited playing time this year. He's more of a third-line forward, but he's made production out of the time he's gotten. 2 assists so far this season for Campbell Hawkins. Excuse me. Next up, number 14, Andrew Janowski. Another depth player who hasn't gotten as much playing time as those on the first couple lines, and No goals or assists to his name so far, but he's taken the playing time that he's gotten and he's made the most of it. You know, the stat sheets don't always say everything of what a player contributes. Now we start off with the goalies. First up, number 30, Brody Davidson. Davidson's kind of been stuck on the goalie depth chart, standing behind the other two seniors. But still, longtime member of the team. Got to give props where it's due. Next up is the starting goalie of the trio, number 31, Zach Snyder. Snyder has gotten the most playing time out of the three senior goalies by far. There's been the ups, there's been the downs, some fantastic games, you know, some games that maybe he'd like to forget, and then some games where the final score really doesn't reflect on the fantastic efforts he made against overwhelming offensive opposition. So no matter what the stats say, you do have to give a lot of credit to the hard fight that Zach Snyder has put on between the pipes for Brookline all season. Wrapping up the senior class, we have number 33, Ty Denny. Denny has gotten some playing time here and there as a backup goalie behind Snyder. He's made the most of his opportunities. Again, it's really tough when you've got all three goalies the same year on your roster, you know, just by the simple math. One guy's got to get more playing time than the others just because only one job to fill between the pipes. But Ty Denny got some playing time this year, and he made the most of it. And so that was the Brookline Warriors senior class of 2022. That was your pregame ceremony. As the team arranges and celebrates, I already gave the full roster for the Natick Redhawks, who will be coming out on the ice later. For the start of this game, obviously we got to get our pregame ceremonies out of the way for senior night. As Brookline now gets ready to start their warm-up skates. So with that in mind, let's run through the full roster for Brookline right now. Starting off, he's listed as a junior on my roster, but as we just found out from the pregame ceremonies, the roster's been lying to me. This is a senior, number 2, Luke Tebow. Next up, a junior, number 3, Marcus Pace. A sophomore, number 4, Noah Gurdon. A junior co-captain, number 5, Steve McDougall. A senior, number 6, Owen Erdman. A freshman, number 7, Connor Erdman. A senior alternate captain, number 8, Ben Rosenthal. A senior, number 9, Caleb Weldon. A senior co-captain, number 10, Jacob Gurdon. A senior alternate captain, number 11, Rohan Gervais. A sophomore, number 12, Henry Ames. A senior, number 13, Campbell Hawkins. A senior, number 14, Andrew Janowski. A freshman, number 15, Max Guo. A junior, number 16, Jason O'Brien. A junior co-captain, number 17, Emmett Tien. A freshman, number 18, Thomas O'Brien. A freshman, number 19, Ryan Wilson. A senior who was not on the roster I was given before the season, but was honored for senior night here, number 20, Ruben Mendoza. A freshman, number 23, Dylan Katz. Another freshman, number 26, Grady Ames. A junior, number 27, James Redding. And then the team's trio of senior netminders, number 30, Brody Davidson. Number 31, Zach Snyder. And number 33, Ty Denny. Head coach of the Brookline High boys hockey team is Michael Yanovich, with assistant coaches Joseph Yadarola, Kevin Morrissey, and Nick Sclafani. All right, just about 45 seconds left on the pregame clock before the start of this contest between the Natick High Redhawks, seen on my right, looking like the Montreal Canadiens out there, and the Brookline High Warriors, seen on my left, with their usual white jerseys, dark blue jersey numbers, and red outlines. This is the senior night game for Brookline, as prior to the game they honored the senior class of 2022, featuring Luke Tebow, Owen Erdman, Ben Rosenthal, Caleb Weldon, Jacob Gurdon, Rohan Gervais, Campbell Hawkins, Andrew Janowski, Ruben Mendoza, Brody Davidson, Zach Snyder, and Ty Denny. Brookline coming into this game ranked 40th in the power rankings with a 7-8 overall record. Natick 26th in the power rankings with a 5-6-2 record. And of course, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this Division I high school boys hockey contest here at Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Now we're going to have the national anthem. All right, that was our national anthem. First live singing of our national anthem that I've seen all year. Fall and winter season, that was the first one we got from an actual person and not a recording. That was pretty cool. I don't know who you are, person who just sung the national anthem here, but if by some chance you end up watching this video after the fact, great job. I liked it. So we're not going to it looks like we're not going to have starting lineup announcements. Goalies are already in net. For Brookline, of course, starting Zach Snyder between the pipes. For Natick, I'm having a little trouble seeing the jersey number, but I believe that's number 40, Jason Danahy. So Natick starting the freshman between the pipes as Brookline sends out their starters. They've got their first line forwards, Steve McDougall, Emmett Tien, and Caleb Weldon, and the defenseman pairing of Jacob Gurdon and Luke Thibault. Opening faceoff between McDougall and number 11, Matthew Haskell. Here we go. Faceoff won by Brookline. Puck skips past Gurdon, but he chases it down. Passes off the boards, looking for Tien. It's broken up by Natick, but then Gurdon comes back in to help clean things up. Tien lifts it. It's chased down by Natick's number 20, James Carr. Carr trying to fight it out. Can't quite do it. Brookline keeps up the pressure on the forecheck. Natick still working to clear. They got a bit of space. They get it into the neutral zone, but it's chased down by Tien and whipped back in to the attack end. Natick again recovers. A pass goes over to Carr. Carr's pass slightly broken up. Juicy chance. McDougall passes. Oh, Pace couldn't connect on it. He had an open chance at the net, but the pass was broken up at the last second. McDougall skating with it, passes it off the boards, finds Pace. Pace now gives it to Erdman. Erdman's pass kind of broken up, but chased down by McDougall. McDougall pass misses, and now McDougall will complete the line change after staying in there for the extended attack. Now coming out is Henry Ames. Pass off the mark. Natick still trying to clear it out as it's sent along the boards and ultimately sent ahead, I believe, by Haskell. That'll be an icing. Combined efforts of number 7, Sam Hubbard, and number 11, Matthew Haskell, to get that puck up ice. So after the icing, we'll now have face-off in the Natick end. Pushed all the way back. Gurdon keeps it in play. Chase to the corner. Sent around the boards. Stopped by the skate of Gurdon. Pushed ahead. Brookline trying to keep it in the attack end as they've been dominating possession so far. Good hustle by Grady Ames to keep it in the Natick end. Sent ahead. Now lifted up and out. And this is going to be another icing off the attempted clear by senior co-captain Ryan Komu. So another face-off in the Natick end. Face-off won by Brookline. Instant shot by Weldon, goes off the pole. Carr collects it out back, sends it around the boards, finds his target. Skating through the neutral zone, sending it into the attack zone is number 16, Tate Cogliano. Now it's stolen by Weldon and sent around the boards. Chased down by Tien. Tien tries to lift it, but it's blocked by Natick's number 18, Austin Lembruno. Carr sends it back in for Natick, stopped by Snyder, taken by Noah Gurdon off the back. Cogliano keeps it on the attack. But again, Gurdon pushes it forward. Tien trying to get it out into the neutral zone. Instead, McDougall has to take the loose puck and lift it all the way down to the Natick end. Pass ahead, finds, I believe, Lembruno. But his push ahead is taken by Gurdon. Pass, connects for a second with pace, but then broken up. Still a scrum through the neutral zone. Ultimately ends up with the stick of Henry Ames. Now Owen Erdman pushes it ahead into the Natick zone, chased down by Carr. Carr sends it around the back, finds number 12, Nick Haswell. Haswell's attempted clear is deflected, but ultimately recovered by a teammate. Natick now skating on the attack. Good deflection, pass, oh, they score! Natick on the counter-attack. They're all huddled in the corner. I'm trying to see who got it in. I believe it was number 6, Nick Verna. I think the assist came from number 11, Matthew Haskell. I'm not entirely sure about that, but one thing I am sure of, Natick now holds an early 1-0 lead over Brookline. Just under 12 minutes left here in the first period as Natick takes the 1-0 lead on the goal by Verna. Puck is pinned in the corner, poked loose. Natick takes it, that's Haskell, excuse me. Tempted, it's pinned to the boards, now taken by Haswell. Haswell skating with it, pass ahead, broken up, I should say. Haswell pushes it into the attack zone, taken by Katz and then taken by McDougall. Pass swung across, now a pass off the boards, too far for McDougall. So the PA announcer confirms the goal scored by number 6, Nick Verna, assisted by number 11, Matt Haskell. 1-0 the Natick lead as now we've got an icing call. 10:54 on the clock here in the first period. As the Red Hawks jump out to a surprising early lead. Brookline was dominating possession, but then a swift counterattack by Natick. They got the bounce they needed, and Verna took advantage. Natick now skating on the counterattack again, but it's not quite there as it's covered up by Snyder. 10:38 on the clock here in the first period as we have a Brookline end face-off. Face-off ultimately collected by Brookline. Pass lifted for Campbell Hawkins. Hawkins passes for Ames. Attempted clear is collected by Ames. Ames a shot, it's blocked. Blocked, I believe, by James Carr as now Jacob Gurdon tries to send it ahead, but it deflects awkwardly, taken into the attack zone. Redding gets it out to the neutral zone. A pass couldn't be collected by Hawkins. And now skating with it is Carr across the blue line. Long shot turned away by Snyder. Now Dylan Katz passes it ahead. Couldn't be contained by Weldon. And now it's sent back to the Brookline end where it's collected again by Katz. Long pass finds McDougall. McDougall turning around. It's pinned to the boards, but now recovered by Weldon. Pass for Tian. Tian backhand shot is in! Emmett Tian ties it. We got an early scoring fest here, folks. Emmett Tian off the assists of Caleb Weldon and Steve McDougall. The backhand shot looked like it was going to be stopped by Danahy, but it squirted past his leg pad and into the net, and we've got a tie game. Face-off is controlled by Natick. Going on the attack. A pass through to the slot almost finds Haskell. That was dangerous there as the pass now goes ahead to Katz, and Katz just sends it into the attack end and around the boards. Around the boards it continues to go as Natick takes control. Puck sent into the neutral zone, but they couldn't control it as it's sent back to the Natick end. Couple passes. Now into the neutral zone with number 7, Sam Hubbard. Hubbard sends it around the boards, stopped by Snyder. So they confirm the stats there as, oh, juicy chance for Brookline. Owen Erdman lifts it too high, and it might have been blocked. Juicy chance for Brookline's second line as we've now got an icing call against Natick. So it is confirmed. Goal for Emmett Tian. Assist for Caleb Weldon and Steve McDougall. Face-off is controlled by Natick. Skating with it now is Carr. Long pass finds its target. Skating with it, pass back to Carr. He couldn't control it cleanly. Attempted clear goes right back, and the shot is blocked off the stick of number 17, who is not on my roster. Natick keeps it on the attack. They send it around the back. Pass just misses. Too much traffic, and it's recovered by Pace and sent to the neutral zone. Erdman trying to chase it down and apply that forecheck. Number 15, Alex Mastrangelo sends a pass around. Now in the neutral zone, it's taken by Tian, but he didn't realize Erdman was still in the attack end, so that will be offsides. 8 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first. And we've got some early scoring in this one. Nick Verna got us started from Natick's end with an assist from Matt Haskell. And then Emmett Tian off the assist from Weldon and McDougall. Now that was a juicy pass, just slightly off the mark. Oh, recovered by Tian. He scores again! Emmett Tian took it back for himself and launched it top shelf. Just like that, Brookline has the lead. 2-1 over Natick. Emmett Tian with an electric start to his game today. He's got 2 goals here in the first period. Face-off is controlled by Brookline, sent into the attack end. And I don't think there are any assists on that because Tian got that right off of a steal. So the unassisted score by Emmett Tian makes it 2-1. Juicy chance for Natick. Oh, just turned away by Snyder. They are going to credit assists to McDougall and Weldon. I thought it was off of a steal, which would result in no assists, but they are giving assists to Weldon and McDougall, their second assists today. Either way, it is 2-1 Brookline's advantage as Brookline makes a switch. Natick trying to clear it. It's taken, pinned to the boards. Still scrumming for it. Connor Erdman controls it, passes for Janowski. Janowski launches it, stopped by Danahy. Attempted putback, another attempted putback. Oh, they just couldn't get a proper stick on it. Both Max Guo and Connor Erdman were trying to get the putback score, but couldn't quite do it. Natick again trying to clear, but Jacob Gurdon keeps it on the attack. Sends it around the boards. Natick manages to get it into the neutral zone. Now it's a race to the puck. This is Haskell. Haskell's shot blocked by Janowski. Loose puck deflects over to Gurdon. Gurdon almost scored on himself. Oh, we've got some extracurriculars. Jacob Gurdon seemed to have taken some kind of offense to the extra push that was being applied by, I believe, Natick's number 44, Lou Zadra. But Gurdon almost had the gaff of the game there as he had his stick on it and he just pushed it the wrong way. Luckily, Zach Snyder was paying attention and covered it up with his glove. And after that extra bit following the play, both Gurdon and Zadra are going to the penalty box. So we are going to get some 4-on-4 action, looks like. Or no, they're just going to keep it 5-on-5, I think. A bit of a stoppage here as we try and figure things out. Hope you guys have been enjoying this live stream so far. I've certainly been having fun. It's been a crazy game so far. If you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. So they're going to give 2 minutes to Zadra and 5 to Gurdon based on what they show on the scoreboard. So it looks like we are going to have 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes as Lou Zadra serves his penalty. And then we'll have another 3 minutes of a Natick power play as Gurdon serves his 5-minute major. Face-off controlled by Brookline. Noah Gurdon sends it around to Katz. Katz long pass finds Weldon, now given to Tien. Tien skating with it. He's got 2 goals already. Sends it towards the net. Couldn't be corralled by Weldon, and now Natick skating with it. A long pass to nobody is recovered by Noah Gurdon. Pass to Weldon. Weldon sends it into the attack end. Carr chasing it down behind the net. Now sending it around the boards. Over to number 9, Komu. He couldn't control it. Pass goes back to Noah Gurdon. He sends it back around the boards. Couple deflections. They're scrumming for it. Tien gets a stick on it. Passes back to Gurdon. Gurdon passes back to Tien. Tien skating with it. Lost it. Stolen by Natick. This is Komu. Sending it into the Brookline end. Stopped by Snyder. Oh, he has to get rid of it. Oh, that was almost a big steal chance for Natick. But ultimately, James Redding scrummed enough for it for the goalie to get back in the net and for him to clear it out into the neutral zone. Mastrangelo recovered it. A couple passes. Now an unfavorable deflection. Brookline had it for a second. Now Brookline takes it again. Pass off the boards gets to Henry Ames. Ames gets a pass ahead to McDougall. McDougall skating with it. Gets pinned to the boards as Ames tries to pick up the loose puck. Taken by Haskell for a second. Now pushed into the Brookline end by Carr. Redding takes it out the back. Long pass deflected and stolen for a second by Natick, but then pushed into the neutral zone by Erdman. Natick recovers the loose puck, given over to number 12, Haswell. Long pass, just misses Hubbard. Hubbard staying with it, though, and taking it from Redding. Hubbard waiting for reinforcements, passes it back to the defensive line. Pass or shot was blocked by McDougall, but they recover. Pass to Verna. They're taking advantage of a switch. Here comes Nick Verna. Shot is in! Nick Verna again. What a wild first period this has been. Just as it had turned into a power play for Natick, the unassisted goal by Nick Verna. Puck deflected his way right as Brookline was making a line change on their back end. Gave him a clear path to the net, and again, it just squirted past Zach Snyder. Puck sent around the boards. Taken by Carr. 2.5 minutes still on the power play as Gurdon continues to serve his major. That one almost deflected in, but it goes high. Skating out of the corner. Just couldn't quite finish. That would have been Verna for the hat trick. Carr sends a pass to Haskell. Haskell to Carr. He unwinds the one-timer, but it's blocked by the skate of Caleb Weldon. 2:08 left on the penalty for Gurdon, with 3:33 to go in what has been a wild, high-scoring first period so far. 2-2 is the mark between Brookline and Natick. Face off, controlled by Natick. Pushed back to the defensive line, passed over to Mastrangelo. Sent around the boards. Deflected into open ice. Natick stays with it, pass to Komu. Komu looking around, sends it around the boards. Pass over to Mastrangelo. Shot deflects wide. Almost a chance for number 4. Instead, I think it's taken again by Komu. No, now it's passed to Komu from number 4. As the puck is now pinned in the corner. Still pinned. Pass gets to number 4, coming out the back. Pass to Mastrangelo. Pass across to number 8, Jack Byrne, who now sends it around. Uh-oh, dangerous chance. Shot saved by Snyder off the stick of Byrne. Now off the deflections, it's now collected by McDougall, lifted into the Natick end. Byrne takes it, passes ahead to number 3, Jack Hubbard. Given back to Byrne. Byrne passes ahead, misses Jack Hubbard as Grady Ames takes it and passes back to Noah Gurdon. Long launch by Gurdon is deflected down by Mastrangelo, so that will not be icing as it's passed around the boards to Sam Hubbard. Now back around to Byrne and then Mastrangelo. Still skating with it, crosses the blue line. Ultimately cleared out, taken by number 12, Haswell. Pass to Komu. Komu skating with it, poked away, and cleared out by Noah Gurdon. Good poke check by Dylan Katz on the defense. Verna has 2 goals already as he crosses the blue line. Skating around, loses track of it behind the net, and Katz clears it out to the neutral zone. 5 seconds left on the power play for Natick. As that pass broken up, then clearing the blue line. A shot saved by Snyder up into the netting. One last shot by Haswell, or excuse me, or maybe that was Haskell. Ends the power play. Gurdon out of the box now. with 1:20 left in the first period. Face-off won by Brookline. Gurdon lifts it out into the neutral zone, chased down by Carr. Carr sends it into the Brookline end, keeping with it. I believe that's number 10, I think. But either way, the puck pinned to the boards, squirts out, and it's taken by Tien. Tien sends it in the attack end, but it's sent right back out. Now on the attack is Lem Bruno, I believe. Long pass as Brookline takes it back, just misses McDougall. It's taken by Carr instead. Pass is taken away from number 16, chased down by Carr. Carr pass across to Haswell, now ahead to number 4, Brendan McDonald. Now another pass, skating with it, a shot saved by Snyder. And Weldon lifts it out of play. .9 seconds on the clock. Here in the first period, the score, Brookline 2, Natick 2. Face-off won by Natick. Natick skating in, trying to attack. Oh, almost just barely covered up by Snyder after some swift stick skills from who else but Nick Verna. Seriously, the way he weaved through about 4 defenders with the narrowest of alleyways to go through. I don't know how he did that, but ultimately, no score as it was stopped by Snyder. Redding clears it out to the neutral zone. Carr launches it right back in. Gurdon now with the puck, and I think he's just going to hold it as the last seconds tick off of the first period. So that is the end of the first period here at Walter Brown Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. Your score through 1, Brookline 2, Natick 2. As we head into the break, I'm happy to tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in our area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. But Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, located at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And as always, you can find more information about our paying sponsor in the description section of this video. where you can also find out more information about me, the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out about me, the services how I provide, and how you can commission my services for your favorite team. And of course, you can also find my email address if you just prefer to contact me directly with questions, jgms88@gmail.com, as well as a link to my Instagram account, where I typically post highlights from previous games that I've covered. For example, if I was to do highlights from today, I would so far do the 2 goals from Mayfield-Sheehan as a couple of nice highlights. And as always, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to participate in the live chat to let me know what you think of this game so far. But with that in mind, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. We're in the first intermission, tied at 2 apiece. I'm going to go off the mic for a bit, but I will be back for the second period. Stay tuned. And I'm back on the mic, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts, bringing you coverage of today's Division I high school boys hockey contest between the visiting Natick High Redhawks and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Tied at 2 apiece in this one, and looking really quick at my live chat. All right, so we've got our first message. It's a simple one from Cheesebag 2021. Cheesebag says, "Hi." Well, hello to you too, Cheesebag. As we now get ready for the second period of this game, we're all knotted up at 2 apiece. It was an electric back and forth. Natick went up 1-0. Brookline tied it at 1 and then went up 2-1, and then Natick tied it at 2-2. A scoring frenzy with only one player scoring all the goals for both teams. For Brookline, it was Emmett Tien both times, assisted on both goals by line mates Caleb Weldon and Steve McDougall, while for Natick, it was number 6 Nick Verna. First goal assisted by number 11 Matt Haskell. Second goal unassisted. So out come the Warriors to begin their brief warm-up skate for the start of the second period. And the officials coming out behind them. So they're going to need to weave through some players in order to set up the net. This is why the officials usually come out first. You know, given that it always has to be the official who sets up the goal on its proper spot, like it makes you wonder if like there was a time when teams were allowed to set up nets in their, you know, by themselves, and then like someone took advantage of that rule and like made the net just like slightly off center to throw off the opponent or something. I don't know. It's just one of those, you know, little traditions you don't really think about too much as you're seeing it, but like if ever you do start to think about it, you're like, huh, I wonder what the origin of that is. Just a little philosophical musing before we get back to the action here in Walter Brown Arena. Brookline versus Natick in Brookline's senior night game. Brookline, of course, sending Zach Snyder back out between the pipes. And for Natick, they send Jason Danahy back to mind their net. Brookline brings out the McDougall-Weldon-Tien line, while for Natick, it is the Haskell-Verna-Hubbard line. Face-off won by Brookline, collected by Jacob Gurdon, passed across to James Redding, and back to Gurdon. Long pass misses everybody, and this will be icing. So Brookline obviously opening with a defensive pairing of Jacob Gurdon and James Redding, while Natick opens with a defensive pairing of James Carr and Nick Haswell. Brookline end face-off, ultimately controlled by Brookline. Tien skating with it, gets it across the blue line, but runs out of room as Natick takes it back. Haskell tries to send it up the boards, but it gets pinned to the boards, and the loose puck ultimately taken by Carr. Carr launches one. It's blocked by Redding and goes out of play. See the official rearranging the net there for a sec. Face-off is controlled by Brookline. Noah Gurdon sends it around the boards. Taken by Marcus Pace, but it's pinned to the corner. Natick trying to keep on the attack. They do get the loose puck, but it's stolen away by Brookline. Weird ricochet is taken by Katz. Katz sends it ahead, finds his target, gaining the blue line. A long shot saved by Danahy, and rebound was corralled by Byrne. But now a pass for Brookline just couldn't find home. Now taken by Jack Hubbard. Hubbard skating in, shot saved by Snyder. Almost a juicy rebound, but just not where it needed to be for Natick to score. Now Brookline skating with it. Pace sends it into the attack end. It's taken by Haswell. Haswell passes across to, I believe, Byrne. Byrne sends a long pass ahead. Natick gains the blue line. As they're scrumming for it, it was dangerously hanging in the slot, but ultimately taken by Pace. Passed ahead to McDougall. McDougall gains the blue line, skating with it, turns around, passes. It goes all the way back to Weldon, who just has to send it into the corner as it was slightly off the mark. Byrne is pinned with him. Now McDougall takes it, gives to Weldon. Weldon skating out of the corner, coming around the back, tries to backhand it, but he's blocked. Noah Gurdon recovers, shot, saved by Danahy, but it's rebounded by McDougall. Juicy pass, shot, stopped by Danahy. Weldon now sends a pass back to Redding. Long shot saved by Danahy. Now McDonald couldn't get it through the neutral zone. Off the ricochet, it's taken by Weldon. Weldon leaves it into the attack end. Haswell chases it down, sends it off the boards. And we do have a penalty against Natick. That's going to be a tripping penalty, as McDougall's skates clearly got tangled up with the stick of a Natick player, to the point the Natick player lost the stick and McDougall lost his footing. That is number 18, Austin Lembruno, who will be heading to the box for 2 minutes. Brookline will have the chance at a power play. 12:36 on the clock here in the second period. Face-off is controlled by Natick. Sent all the way around the boards, but I guess it must have ricocheted weird. Maybe it touched the netting, I don't know. But the officials are blowing the play dead. Another face-off again, won by Haskell. Haswell lifts it all the way down to Snyder, who stops it and leaves it for Noah Gurdon. Gurdon skating with it swiftly, lost track of the puck. It's poked away from him, recovered by Pace. Give and go back to Pace. Pace sends it around the boards. Chased down by Carr. Carr's attempted clear, deflected by Erdman. Brookline tried to go on the attack there. The clear was blocked by a Natick player by accident, but now it's Carr skating with it. Carr gets it into the Brookline end and keeps it up on the forecheck, as Gurdon manages to get it to his younger brother, Noah Gurdon. Now back to Jacob Gurdon, and now back to Noah. Noah through the neutral zone. Leaves a pass. And there was a bit of confusion there as a line change was happening. Now in the attack zone, it's stolen by Tien. Sent around the boards. Now pinned to the boards. Hard to see. Still battling loose puck taken by McDougall. McDougall skating with it, tries to push towards the net, turned away by Danahy. Cleared out. And stopped by Snyder after the clear by, I believe, Haskell. Less than 30 seconds left on the penalty. Noah Gurdon skating with it. Swings a pass over to Dylan Katz. Katz sends it into the attack end. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Weldon chases down the puck, but couldn't get through the defender as this is going into the neutral zone. Oh, it's taken away. Potential counterattack broken up by Tian, but still skating with it to end the penalty. Good effort by Sam Hubbard. Snyder stops the puck behind the net. Now taken by Redding as we're now at even strength. James Redding still skating with it, now loses it, but takes it back on the deflection. Redding, a backhand shot was blocked by Mastrangelo. And now it's sent all the way around the boards, and that will be icing. 10 minutes and 12 seconds now left on the clock here in the second. Still tied at 2. Face off, controlled by Natick. This is Carr skating with it. Sends it around the boards, gets it to Komu. Komu gets it into the neutral zone. It's chased down in the Brookline end by Jacob Gurdon. Lifts it, gets it into the neutral zone just barely, and Brookline pokes it away, but now taken right back by number 17, who again is not on my roster, as Jacob Gurdon chases it down, sends it around the boards for Redding. Redding, pass ahead, finds its target. Brookline can't quite clear it out. Puck gets to Komu in the corner. Komu gets smothered in the corner by multiple Brookline players, but the loose puck is taken, I believe, by Jack Hubbard. Pass goes back. Juicy chance, backhand shot blocked and cleared out of the slot by Redding. Redding now pushes it ahead to Ames just as he gets leveled, and Ames gets it into the neutral zone. Lifted by Mastrangelo, swatted back down by Jacob Gurdon. Attempted insert into the attack end, deflected out by Redding. Now the loose puck taken by Grady Ames. Ames couldn't get it through. Now taken back by Natick. Natick trying to go on the attack. A pass misses, but finds another target. Shot is blocked wide. Now a pass to Lembruno. He's going to try again, but nowhere to go. Lembruno passes back, and it goes all the way back to the neutral zone where it's chased down by Byrne. Given over, I believe, to Haswell. Lifted into the Brookline end, chased down by Redding. Redding, long clear attempt. Does not get out. Now sent all the way around the back once again. Puck chased down by Jacob Gurdon. He can't clear it either as Byrne keeps it on the attack. It's pinned to the boards. Puck squirts loose and is taken by Grady Ames. Ames skating with it. And a delayed penalty is coming up for the slash against Ames as Rosenthal resets so they can have a line change with the empty net. It'll be 6-on-5 until Natick touches the puck. Long pass finds Weldon. Weldon passes it back. It's chased down by Noah Gurdon as Brookline resets for what is effectively an extra power play moment here. Gurdon comes out of the back, still skating with it, trying to weave his way through, but he loses track of the puck and loses track, and it's taken by Natick, and that will end the delayed penalty. And now a Natick player will go to the box for the slash against Noah Gurdon. Or whatever exactly the penalty call was. This will be number 4, Brendan McDonnell, going to the box for 2 minutes. Brookline with its second power play chance this period to try and break the tie. No score yet in the second after a high-scoring first period. Face-off won by Brookline. Tien passes it back. Dylan Katz fires, deflected wide, juicy rebound. Tien can't score, trying to poke it home is Weldon. Can Weldon cross the line? No, he cannot. A huge scoring chance for Brookline to open the power play, but they could not cross that red line. Another face-off. Won by Brookline again. Weldon sends it back to Noah Gurdon, back to Weldon. Weldon sends it around the back to McDougall. McDougall is pinned, has the puck taken away, but Weldon recovers it. Weldon skating through, whiffs on the shot, taken by, I believe, Verna. Verna skating it out on the counterattack on the shorthand, sends it around the back, stopped by Snyder, handed off to Noah Gurdon. Couple passes and it winds up with Weldon. Weldon skating across the blue line. Still skating with it, coming around the back. Pass gets to McDougall, but broken up from McDougall. Goes back to Noah Gurdon, now pass back to McDougall in the corner. McDougall sends a pass through. It's deflected, but ultimately taken by Jacob Gurdon. Stolen away from Gurdon, and now kept away from Tien. This is Haskell on the shorthand, tries a shot, wide, broken up by Noah Gurdon. Tien now skating on the counter, crosses the blue line, tries to fight his way through, but it's broken up. He gets smothered. Now an attempted clear fails because of the skates of the official. And now a steal. It's a breakaway for Natick on the shorthand. The shot saved by Snyder. And we got a whistle stopping the play. And oh, that was a delayed penalty against Brookline. Jacob Gurdon will be going to the box for the second time today. And so we're going into 4-on-4 territory with 6:27 left in the second. And then for an extra minute and 20 seconds, Natick will be on the power play as Gurdon is set to serve 2 minutes with 40 seconds left on the penalty against Brendan McDonnell. Face-off won by Natick. Long shot is blocked and recovered by Katz. Katz sends it ahead. It's deflected all the way down to the Natick end, and they're going to call icing. So Brookline unable to capitalize on either of the 5-on-4 opportunities they've had this period, and now they will be going on the penalty kill themselves in 29 seconds. Haskell takes it out of the faceoff, coming around the back. Haskell passes it back to Carr. Carr, his pass misses Haskell, but it's sent back to Haskell. Shot goes wide, and all the way around the boards it goes. Off the hard shot by Haskell. Oh, juicy deflection, almost sent to the middle by McDougall. That would have been a gimme for Henry Ames. Instead, McDougall keeps up the forecheck, as does Ames. Stolen by Ames. Ames trying to keep with the puck, and he'll take it into the neutral zone. Pass misses Owen Erdman, and Natick gets to take over. And now they are on the power play. Sam Hubbard bringing it into the corner, coming around the back, looking for his passing options. Hands it off. Pass to the corner to Haskell. Haskell gets a pass along the back. A juicy chance. That one's in. No, it isn't. It's off the pole. I thought for sure that one was in, but the officials say it went off the pole. Hard to tell from all the way up here, but now another juicy chance for Verna. Shot saved by Snyder. Just over 30 seconds. Now exactly 30 seconds left in the power play. Haskell whiffs on his shot. Recovers the puck, though. Comes in again. Shot saved by Snyder. Attempted clear, no good. Taken by Carr. Carr skating in. Passes through. Gets to, I believe, Lembruno. Lembruno pass is deflected and recovered by McDougall, who clears it out with 5 seconds left on the penalty. Haskell gains the blue line. Pass. Almost a big chance for Sam Hubbard, but he couldn't get it cleanly. Tries to sneak out. Juicy deflection, but not there. We're at even strength now. Neither team scores on the power play as Caleb Welton now gains the blue line. Chasing it down in the corner was Emmett Tien. Still in the corner. No one knows where the puck is, and they just blow the play dead. From from Schneer in the live chat, 17 for Natick is Mike Fair. Thank you very much. He was listed as, here's the problem, he was listed as number 10 on the roster I was given, so there's the issue. Face-off, won by Brookline. Ames tries to turn around and shoot, but it's blocked. Mastrangelo brings it around the back. Now McDonald sends it into the neutral zone, sent back into the attack end by Jacob Gurdon. It goes around and it's taken by Byrne. Byrne tries to lift it, and it goes out of play. Still 2-2. No score from either team this period after exploding for 2 goals apiece in the first, despite some really good chances and what almost looked like a goal on the power play for Natick, but ultimately ricocheted off the pole. Natick sends it into the attack end. It's taken by Katz. Katz tries to clear, but nothing doing there. Taken by McDonald in the corner. McDonald keeping with the puck. Sends a pass back. Now pass back to McDonald. A shot is caught by Snyder. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the second period. We remain tied at 2 apiece. And face-off ricochets around the boards. Brookline trying to clear it out. They do get it into the neutral zone, and now Weldon skating with it. Pass finds Noah Gurdon. Gurdon crosses the blue line, trying to fight his way through. Can't do it. Juicy chance. Just goes high off the stick of Emmett Tien. Redding takes it. Launches a shot. It's blocked by, I think, Jack Hubbard. As now the puck is pinned to the boards, taken by Weldon, sent into the slot. Tien backhand just goes high again. Might have been saved by Danahy. Natick now takes it. Pass finds Mike Fair. Fair gains the blue line. Loses track of the puck. Chases it down in the corner as he gets pinned there. Weldon sends it around the boards and recovers it himself. Long hit ahead, gets into the neutral zone. Sent right back in by Mastrangelo. And we got a stoppage here. I'm not sure what was going on. It looked like McDougall and Lembruno were wrapped up. Blah. I can speak English, I swear. I'm not sure what happened. That was away from the puck, and I was trying to follow the puck. Okay, so it wasn't Lembruno that he was wrapped up with. It was Ryan Comu. So McDougall and Comu will both be going to the box as we've got our second double penalty of the day here with 2:25 left in the second period, and the score still tied at 2 apiece. Looks like it's going to stay 5-on-5 for however long they decide to keep him in the box. Tien, shot blocked. Chased down by Haswell. Haswell trying to clear it. It's ultimately cleared out by Natick. Or no, it's kept in the attack zone for now. Ricochet. Rosenthal whiffs on the shot. Tien keeps it in the attack end, but it's taken by Carr. Carr skating with it. Pass. Misses everybody. Now it's a race for the puck, taken by Natick. Coming around the back. The poke check from Katz prevented a clean escape out of the back. Natick staying on the attack. Pass back. Misses Carr. Carr slightly lost his balance and couldn't stay with it. Outlet pass from the goalie. A risky one across the middle, but he gets it there. Now Cogliano hands it off for Haskell. Haskell takes it. Shot. Misses high. Rebound recovered by Haswell. Attempted clear, goes right to Cogliano. Saved by Snyder. Now sent around the boards. Just over a minute left. Haswell, a shot saved by Snyder, cleared out by Redding. Shot from Carr, blocked by Redding. Now the pass goes back to Carr. Another long shot, deflected wide. Haswell recovers. Pass is downed by Cogliano. Pass intercepted by Connor Erdman. Erdman sends it into the neutral zone. And now Brookline resets with it as Natick makes some changes. Noah Gurdon sends it out to the neutral zone, immediately taken by Haswell, launches it, turned away by Snyder, and out of play. Someone needs to tell the clock to stop, as it finally stops with 29 seconds. The officials talked briefly with the scoreboard operators. Not sure if they're going to put any time back on the clock. I mean, with a tie game, losing seconds off the clock doesn't give an inherent advantage really to anybody. As this faceoff is controlled by Natick. Lifted into the corner. Natick stays on the attack. Verna scrumming with Gurdon. Ames tried to get it out of there. Now taken by Natick. Juicy chance. Shot saved or blocked. I couldn't quite tell. There was such a scrum of players in there. Just 5 seconds left in the period, and it's pinned to the corner. Squirts out, taken by Ames. That will end the second period. After 2, the score remains Brookline 2, Natick 2. As we head into the second intermission, I'm going to give a shout out to a local charity doing some good for our community, the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the Foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 75 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, that's brooklinecommunity.org. And we've got a pronunciation correction. I'm happy to see that and get things right from Box Boys. 15 for Natick is Mastrangalo. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure. So Mastrangalo. Got it. Thank you, Box Boys. I appreciate the correction. Into the second intermission we go. Still tied at 2 apiece. No score from either side in that second period, despite some really good chances both ways and a number of good power play opportunities. Nothing found the back of the net, and so the score remains tied. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. I will be back with the third and final period of regulation after a brief break off the mic, so don't go away. Okay, Box Boys correcting me again. Mastrangialo. Mastrangialo. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can see what you were trying to do with the previous spelling. We ran into kind of a GIF situation there, but I appreciate you making the extra effort there. All right, here we go. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Bring you tonight's Division I high school boys hockey contest between the Natick High Redhawks and the Brookline High Warriors. The Warriors, playing in their senior night game, are currently tied at 2 apiece against the Redhawks after a wild, high-scoring first period and a wild but non-scoring second period. As the Zamboni makes its last couple of rounds around the ice. You can see the Brookline players getting ready to come out. Again, this is senior night for Brookline, as they had a pregame ceremony honoring the senior class of 2022. Luke Tebow, Owen Erdman, Ben Rosenthal, Caleb Weldon, Jacob Gurdon, Rohan Gervais, Campbell Hawkins, Andrew Janowski, Ruben Mendoza, Brody Davidson, Zach Snyder, and Ty Denny. But at the same time, this could be a pivotal game for them and a potential push for the playoffs, as right now Brookline standing at 7-8 overall. They want to get themselves back up to 500, but to do so, they would have to win against Natick, a team that is also trying to go up to 500 with a 5-6-2 record. Here come the Warriors back onto the left side of the ice for the third and final period of regulation. And I do have to specify regulation in this scenario, as we are currently tied. If neither team scores, or if the two teams score an even amount in this period like they did in the first, we could potentially be going into overtime. In which case, that would be very interesting. Brookline so far 2-1 on games going into overtime. They beat Newton North on January 8th, 3-2 in an overtime game. Then they beat Lexington in the first round of the Junior Bean Pot on January 14th. Identical winning scores of 3-2 in those overtime games, and the same game-winning goal scorer was Emmett Tian. But then on January 23rd, here at Walter Brown against Framingham, Brookline fell to Framingham in overtime by a final score of 2-1. Here we go for the third period. Brookline sending out the forward line of McDougall, Tian, and Weldon. Defensive pairing of Jacob Gurdon and James Redding. Natick counters with the Haskell, Verna, Sam Hubbard line on forward, and the Carr-Haswell defensive pairing. We're underway, the puck being scrummed for in the neutral zone. Haskell pushes it into the attack end, but Gurdon pushes it right back out. Tien gets it into the attack end, but Verna recovers it, tries to clear, blocked by Weldon. Pushed ahead, but Gurdon sends it right back in. Big chance for Brookline. Here comes Caleb Weldon. His shot blocked by Verna, and he gets wrapped up behind the net. And now a long clear attempt is going to go back to Jacob Gurdon. Pass to Tien. Juicy chance. Gurdon's shot turned away. Rebound chance. Weldon couldn't put it home. Recovered by McDougall. McDougall looking around. His pass is blocked and then poked out into the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Haskell, but it's stolen away by Redding. Brookline a number of good scoring chances to start the third period, but nothing finds the back of the net. Long pass is sent right back into the Brookline end. Going around the back. Chased down by Redding in the corner. Gets it to Owen Erdman, who tries to give it back to Redding, but it's poked loose. Now Jacob Gurdon pushes it. Pass from Connor Erdman misses Henry Ames. And that's going to be an icing. .38 on the clock here in the third period. I will keep updates on the time at pretty much every stoppage, as that's the one thing you can't see with the scoreboard I have placed in the bottom left corner of your screen. Face-off, controlled by Natick, sent around the boards. For some reason, the music hasn't stopped, although action is underway, and the puck is covered up by Snyder. Now they stop the music during the pause in the action. That's what we in the business call technical difficulties. Face-off is sent to the net, but turned away by Dylan Katz. Owen Erdman tries to clear, but Byrne keeps it in play. Katz recovers it, gives to Noah Gurdon. Gurdon tries to lift it out. A couple deflections, and it winds up in the neutral zone, but then back in the Brookline end, where it's taken by Noah Gurdon. Gurdon lifts it. It deflects into the neutral zone, where it's taken by Henry Ames. Passed ahead. Connor Erdman pushes it forward. Around the boards it goes. Now Natick attempting the clear. Puck is pinned to the boards, taken by Komu. Komu tries to push it, but Erdman keeps it on the attack. Couple deflections. It skips past James Redding. Jack Hubbard was trying to keep on the attack, but Jacob Gurdon gets there first. He gets smushed to the boards by Hubbard. Komu comes in. Pass deflects away from the slot. Juicy recovery is popped high and wide. Gurdon sends it around the boards. Erdman tries to clear. Cannot clear. It's sent back to the corner where it's taken by Erdman. Long pass is going to go off the boards and icing. Almost had to be touched by Danahy there, but just wide of the post. And that will be icing. 12:20 on the clock here in the third. In the live chat from Yuli Burstein, let's go Brookline. As we get ready for a Brookline end face-off. Won by Brookline. Lifted off the boards, but kept in the attack end by Haswell. Now a couple deflections, one hard check, but McDougall gets it out to the neutral zone where it's taken by Caleb Weldon. He gains the blue line. Weldon passes for Tien. He tries to score it. Oh, what a save by Danahy. Weldon sends it back to Katz. Now over to Tien. Tien tried to send it for Weldon, but just missed the timing. Into open ice it goes, and Natick gets it out to the neutral zone where it's scrummed for and ultimately pushed into the Brookline end. It is chased down by number 5. Eric Santospago. Oh, they try and poke it around from the back, but they can't do it. Saved by Snyder. Couple deflections, a shot saved by Snyder again, and the rebound just passes by Santospago. Santospago, another pass. Shot is blocked. Recovered. Pushed towards the net again. This time it goes right to the stick of Noah Gurdon, who lifts it out. Skips past everybody. Chased down by Tien. Tien tries to pass, but nobody there. It's easily blocked by Haswell. Sent around the boards. and sent right back into the Natick end by Jacob Gurdon. A pass off the boards, taken off the ricochet by Redding. Pass over to Gurdon and back to Redding. Redding sends it ahead to Owen Erdman. Gains the blue line, long shot well wide. Around the boards, taken by Gurdon. He whiffs on the shot. Goes back to the neutral zone. He does push it into the attack zone, but no one can take it. Haswell passes over to, I believe, Carr. Mastrangiallo, as it's taken away by Owen Erdman. Now Connor Erdman trying to chase it down. Both Erdman brothers trying to keep at it, but Mastrangiallo trying to clear it out. And ultimately it does go out all the way down to the Brookline end. And that'll be icing. 10:28 on the clock here in the third period. We're still tied at 2 apiece as we get ready for a face-off in the Natick end. Face-off is pinned to the boards, now sent around the boards. Natick clears it out to the neutral zone. Katz passes it off the boards to Noah Gurdon. Gurdon tries to lift it ahead, misses his target, taken by Natick. Poked loose from Byrne by Grady Ames, but ultimately collected by Mike Fair. Fair passes off the boards, finds Komu. Komu skating with it, gains the blue line, but loses track of the puck. Noah Gurdon trying to clear it out, deflects to Dylan Katz. Komu tried to knock it down and send it to the slot, but it's intercepted by Gurdon and cleared out. Natick trying to fight it through the neutral zone. It goes back to Katz, pass to Pace. Marcus Pace skating with it, lifts it into the Natick end, goes around the boards. Chased down by Mastrangiallo. Again, Natick working on the clear. They get it into the neutral zone where it's taken by Fair. Passed. A long shot turned away by Snyder off the stick of, I believe, Jack Hubbard. Or it might have been, no, it's actually Komu, my mistake. Couple deflections, and it winds up at the stick of Caleb Weldon. Gives it to Gurdon. Jacob Gurdon tries to send a pass ahead, but it's taken by Carr. Carr gets it into the attack end, but it's taken by James Redding. Redding. Long pass, finds its target. That's Weldon. Pass to Tien. Tien's got 2 goals today already. Going on the attack. Just couldn't keep the stick on the puck for long enough. As it's cleared out to the neutral zone. Redding lost control of it, but does manage to get a pass over to Jacob Gurdon. Long pass, deflected off the stick of McDougall. He's trying to chase after it and recover it. Shot well wide. Tien takes it, passes off the back of the net. Weird ricochet, but it's ultimately recovered by Carr. It was sent around to Sam Hubbard, who now sends it around the boards. I believe that's McDonald sending it ahead. Now attacking with it, I think, is Lem Bruno, as it's ultimately covered up by Snyder. 8:31 on the clock here in the third period of this tied senior night game. Face-off is won by Brookline. Katz gets it to Owen Erdman. Attempted clear. Gets past Haswell. And is going to go all the way down to the Natick end, where the Redhawks work on the clear. Deflects high. Caught and brought down by Katz, who gives it over to Noah Gurdon. Long pass finds Owen Erdman. Erdman skating around. Gets it into the attack end and around the boards. Taken easily by Haswell. Sent around the boards. Bit scrummed for, but ultimately taken by Natick. Fending off several defenders. It's carried into the neutral zone, where it's stolen back for a second by Redding, but then stolen back by Natick. Natick now on the attack, and an offsides call. 7:45 on the clock here in the third. Neutral zone face-off coming up. Face-off is scrummed for and ultimately taken by Weldon across the blue line. Weldon skating with it, and a whistle. Was that a delayed offsides call? I guess they must have called it a delayed offsides. as we've now got another neutral zone face-off. Face-off goes to the boards and is taken by Natick, but as they push it ahead, it's recovered by Redding. Redding sends it through to the neutral zone, deflected, and then recovered for a second by McDougall, but he couldn't keep control of it. It does go into the neutral zone and down to the Brookline end. Redding gets there first and gets a pass over to Gurdon. Long pass deflects from Tien. Taken for a second by Weldon, but deflected away, and now taken by Komu. Komu across the blue line. Long shot turned away by Snyder. Komu staying with it. One player loses his stick, but gets it back as the puck deflects over to Jacob Gurdon. Long pass finds McDougall. McDougall gains the blue line. Pass intercepted and cleared out. Good defensive play there by, I think, Carr. Noah Gurdon's long pass is now taken by Carr, and we've got a whistle. I'm not sure what's happening here, but we are going to have a Natick end face-off with 6:35 left in the third. Face-off won by Natick. Attempted clear, goes nowhere. Haswell tries again, gets it out to the neutral zone where it's taken by Noah Gurdon. Gurdon skating with it, tries to push it ahead, but hits traffic, and the puck deflects out of play. We'll have a center ice face-off here with 6:22 left in the third period. Scored tied at 2 apiece. Face-off won by Natick. Skating through on the attack, Lembruno shot saved by Snyder, point blank. Erdman to Ames. Now Connor Erdman across the blue line. Oh, off the pole that one went. Juicy rebound, shot, deflected down, cleared out by Natick. Now Natick on the counter. 2-on-1 chance. The pass, the shot, the save by Snyder. That was a great scoring chance for the Red Hawks. A perfect pass from Eric Santispago to Austin Lembruno, but Lembruno just could not quite get it past Zach Snyder. And I think Lembruno was the one who also had that first point-blank chance. Zach Snyder on senior night, keeping his team in this game. Off the face-off, it's lifted into the neutral zone by Jacob Gurdon. Now it's a chase for the puck. Caleb Weldon gets there, fires, juicy rebound, score! Emmett Tien with the hat trick! Two seniors on the assist on senior night, as the co-captain Emmett Tien gives Brookline back the lead here in the third. Five minutes and 42 seconds as Emmett Tien gives Brookline back the lead, 3-2. Pass ahead, finds Sam Hubbard. Hubbard coming around the back, looking for his options. Passes it back to the defensive line. A long shot deflects wide. Rebound chased down. Now sent around the boards. Noah Gurdon takes it, lifts it out to the neutral zone. This will likely be an icing. And it will. 5 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock here in the third. And what a play that was. Jacob Gurdon taking it in his own end, lifting it off the glass, and a far way ahead. Caleb Weldon with the speed, chasing it down, preventing an icing. And his shot providing a juicy rebound for Emmett Tien to score. Natick now with a chance, turned away by Snyder. Fair with a pass, just broken up off the skate of Henry Ames. PA announcer confirms the stat: goal by Emmett Tien, assist by Caleb Weldon and Jacob Gurdon. So the hat trick is complete for Emmett Tien. And let's call it the apple hat for Caleb Weldon, as he's got 3 assists today. And things slowed down for a second there, as now Noah Gurdon lifts it into the neutral zone. Taken by Lembruno. Lembruno skating towards the net. Shot saved by Snyder. Shoulder save there by the senior netminder. Around the boards it goes. Hard hit from Noah Gurdon, and a long clear goes all the way to the stick of Dennehy. Haswell trying to fight it out the back. The forecheck keeps up the pressure. Now McDougall recovers it, sends it around. It finds Connor Erdman for a second as he's trying to fend off Haswell and Mastrangelo. They're still scrumming for it in the corner. No love lost between these two teams as they wrestle for the puck. Ultimately, it squirts back to Jacob Gurdon. Gurdon sends it around the boards. It's going to be taken by Mastrangelo. Deflected into the neutral zone. Natick trying to go on the attack. A player gets leveled by James Redding. Loose puck scooped up by Tien. Tien across the blue line. Now Weldon pins a guy to the boards. McDougall sends it around. McDougall checks Mastrangelo into the boards, but the loose puck, I believe, is taken by Verna. Verna skating with it. Pushes it ahead, but it goes right to Noah Gurdon. Long pass. Just misses Weldon, and that will be an icing call. The past couple minutes really have flown by since that goal. We are now at just 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third period. Brookline leading 3-2. And the latest comment from our live chat from B Palm 79, sweet live stream. Thank you, B Palm. Face off won by Natick. The insert is deflected. Katz trying to clear it. It's pinned to the boards and ultimately squirts out into the neutral zone all the way down to the Natick end. And they call icing again. I think Brookline was hoping for a deflection call, but they did not get it. There will be another face-off in the Brookline end. Face-off. It's corralled by Brookline. Noah Gurdon lifts it around. Good deflection, and it goes to McDougall. McDougall bringing it across the blue line. He's got Tien on his right. Shot is deflected high. Good chase down deflection by Ryan Komu, the Natick co-captain, as that was a juicy chance. McDougall with the open lane for the shot had Tien on his right for a potential putback. But Komu put an end to that attack chance. 2:17 on the clock. Face-off corralled by Natick. Going on the attack through the neutral zone. They get it into the attack end. It's being chased after by Redding. It's knocked away from Redding, but recovered by Jacob Gurdon. Pass into the neutral zone. Deflects, so no icing. Chased down in the corner by Caleb Weldon, fighting against Carr. Weldon sends it around the boards, and it's going to be taken by the Redhawks. Sent off the boards into the neutral zone where it finds Komu. Komu sends it into the Brookline end. Redding takes it. Pass to Gurdon. Gurdon, a long pass off the boards for Tien. Tien across the blue line. Tien on the attack. Saved by Dennehy. Just a minute 29 left. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a timeout call soon from Natick so they can try and configure when exactly they want to pull their goalie. Face-off is controlled by Natick. Carr lifts it high and out of play. Face-off is again controlled by Natick. This time Carr sends it around the other way. It goes all the way to the neutral zone where it's taken by Jacob Gurdon. Took a couple tries, but he ultimately sends it ahead. And oh, if that whistle is a penalty. If that whistle is a penalty, either way, that could be huge. No, it's not a penalty. I don't know what that stoppage was, but whatever it was, now we've got a timeout called by the Red Hawks. So the Natick coaching staff of head coach William Lacouture and assistant coaches Pat Haswell, Chris Heaney, Paul Flaherty, and Bo Murphy discussing with their team, you know, the exact logistics, as obviously they're going to be pulling their goalies soon to try and score an equalizer. Meanwhile, the Brookline coaching staff, headed by Mike Yanovich, making sure the team is, you know, keeping their heads in the game defensively. They have the lead, and only a minute and 16 seconds left that they need to keep it. But this is hockey. A score in hockey can happen like... I don't know if that snap came through on my mic. I hope it did, but didn't end up being as loud as I thought it would be. But you get the point I'm going for. Out of the timeout we go. We can see Danahy already well outside of the crease as he gets ready to head towards the bench, depending on how this face-off plays out. And meanwhile, Natick going on the attack. They're in the attack zone. There goes the goalie. The Red Hawks coming around. Pass gets to Sam Hubbard. Now another pass. And it goes all the way back to Haswell. Haswell sends it to the corner. It goes around, taken by Komu. Pass over to Verna. Verna. They have it pinned to the boards. Loose puck taken by Noah Gurdon. Clear. Favorable ricochet for Brookline. Haswell gets there first. Haswell, pass ahead. 40 seconds left. Across the blue line to Komu. Komu passes back. Skating with it is Verna. Verna, pass to the center. Oh, no one could get it in. Haswell recovers. Another pass through the middle, but nobody was there. Weldon trying to clear it, but couldn't do it. Carr, a long shot. Weird deflection. Now Weldon clears it. Oh, juicy chance. Steve McDougall fighting for it. McDougall's got it. This will end it. That's in. Steve McDougall with the empty netter. Caleb Weldon with assist number 4 on senior night. And Brookline takes the 4-2 lead. And with just 16.2 seconds left on the clock in this one, that should do it. Face-off ultimately sent into the Natick end by Ben Rosenthal as it's sent around the boards. And we see Ruben Mendoza on the ice for the last of the game. One last attack chance. They could not score in time. It didn't matter. The buzzer sounded before the goal was about to be scored by Lou Zadra. I don't think that will count. And that will end it. Brookline takes care of business on senior night. The final score, Brookline 4, Natick 2. A hard-fought contest on both sides. You know, one of those games, I know it's cliche, but one of those games, it's a shame someone had to lose. Brookline gets the win and improves to 8-8. In the first period, it was a flurry of scoring. The first goal scored by Natick's Nick Verna, assisted by Matt Haskell. Brookline struck back a goal by Emmett Tien, assisted by Caleb Weldon and Steve McDougall. And then a second goal by Tien not long after that gave Brookline a 2-1 lead. But then Verna struck back with an unassisted score that knotted things up at 2 apiece, and it stayed 2 apiece for a long time through the rest of the first period, through a non-scoring second period that saw a lot of great chances but no goals. And then up until just under 6 minutes left in the third period, when Emmett Tien completed the hat trick with his third goal of the game, assisted by Caleb Weldon and Jacob Gurdon. And then, of course, the empty netter to seal it, scored by Steve McDougall, assisted by Caleb Weldon. A thrilling senior night win for the Warriors as they honor their senior class of 2022 with a victory. Final stats for the game for Brookline: 3 goals for Emmett Tien, 1 goal and 2 assists for Steve McDougall, a whopping 4 assists for Caleb Weldon as the senior leads the team in points for the day. And senior co-captain Jacob Gurdon adds 1 more assist of his own. And of course, the senior netminder Zach Snyder with the hard-fought win between the pipes. One last shout out to this senior class of 2022 for Brookline. Number 2, Luke Tebow. Number 6, Owen Erdman. Number 8, Ben Rosenthal. Number 9, Caleb Weldon. Number 10, Jacob Gurdon. Number 11, Rohan Gervais. Number 13, Campbell Hawkins. Number 14, Andrew Janowski. Number 20, Ruben Mendoza. Number 30, Brody Davidson. Number 31, Zach Snyder. And number 33, Ty Denny. Wrapping things up here at Walter Brown Arena, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Be sure to check out the description section of this video. You can find information about our paying sponsor for today, the local business Harvest Wealth Management. You can also find information about the charity we spotlighted in the second intermission, the Brookline Community Foundation. Find out about all the good work they do. You can also find information about me, the URL to my personal site, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com. You can also find in the description, as well as a link to my Instagram account. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can see the highlights that I like to post after games that I stream. And we'll have plenty of highlights from this one for sure. And of course, as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, stay on top of all my upcoming live streams. In the immediate future, tomorrow, I've got a stream for Brookline Boys Basketball at Lawrence High as part of the Black Coaches Classic. Tomorrow in the early afternoon is a nice matinee before the Super Bowl. And of course, if you're watching this after the fact, you got something you want to say, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for tonight. Brookline gets it done on senior night. Final score, Brookline 4, Natick 2. From Walter Brown Arena, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.